Alright. So I used to, at one point think that the world was a certain way. Never in my life would have thought that it was other species walking around me, cloaked, looking like humans, smiling in my face and holding the door for me. I'm smiling right now because it's crazy. Somebody asked me, how did people switch up on you? Man, like a fucking light switch. When I started coming into information, man, people started changing immediately. And I can't call it. I don't know if it's like they say the light, they can't handle it. The information they can't handle. Or just me knowing certain things. Me knowing that, in a sense, they might not be human or who I am. It's the craziest thing, man. You try to feed people information and they run from it. That let you know alone that you different. Man, my best friend switched up on me. Somebody I knew from 7th, 8th grade. Somebody I used to talk to just on the level that I'm speaking to you right now, letting her know everything in my head. Looking back, she always tried to relate. Always tried to mirror. Always tried to put herself in my shoes. Basically, you got to be careful on what you ask for and what you pray for. Because I asked God to show me and to put the people that's supposed to be in my life. And if they don't supposed to be in my life, then take them away. And I be damned, I ain't heard from my best friend in about a month and a half. And this is some of the meat of the story. Like I say, I was just at home one day and I received a phone call, and it's somebody said, like, what are you doing? And it was her phone number. So I texted her back, and I was like, nothing. No, actually, I'm sorry. This is really how that shit happened. I'm just chilling. I get a phone call talking about, what you doing. And when I responded and said nothing, blah 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 blah, probably, just chilling or something in that matter. Like, it was nothing else on the line, so I just hung up. And I hung up because at this point I'm used to certain things on my phone. I know my phone is bugged. I know somebody listening to me on my phone. Always, since, like I say, things started connecting since about 18 or something like that. But anyway, and I'm not nowhere near 18, but I ain't that old either, But so I called back because nobody said nothing, right? So I called back to her phone number, and she answered the phone, and I said, "You just called me?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Yeah, you did." And this is where everything get kind of hazy, because, like I say, when you kind of in this situation, you do certain things. So I had an app on my phone to where I recorded phone calls. So I sent her, and I never went back and never really replayed any of the recordings that I have. Basically what I'm saying, when somebody called me, it records the whole conversation. So her saying she ain't called me, I'm like, hold on, man, I got this app. Let me go back to this app and send her this link. Sent her the link, and basically the person was like, what are you doing? Again, it's from her phone number. She hit me back and was like, what the fuck? Like, that's not me, and all this little stuff, blah, 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 blah. And it blew me so much that I'm just like, damn, what the hell is going on, So I kind of, fall back from her for about 2 weeks, really, just kind of stay in my own little lane. If she call or text, I'm cordial, but I'm kind of making it short because I'm trying to figure out, like, what the hell? Like, is you one of these people? Like, you a gangster? Like, I know you on my life. What is this? So, yeah, I just kind of fall back. And time kind of go on, and we kind of, start back talking for about a week and a half. And we started talking about music because we always, want to do some music, and, you know, on a business level, or, something on that effect. And I promise you, man, ever since, and I'm telling you, the last conversation that we had, like, it wasn't a bad conversation. But long story short, I haven't heard from her in about 6 weeks. She texted me on Easter and was like, "Happy Easter." And she said, "I'm gonna pay you your money that I owe you." And I think I let her alone like $150 or maybe to $200. And the crazy part is, from, like I said, since 7th, 8th grade, I've never let her ever borrow money, ever. She was just really having kind of, if you want to say, a tough time. Looking back, I don't fucking know. But yeah, like, let her borrow about $200. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna send that money." I said, from that message, she said, "Happy Easter. I'm gonna send you that money tomorrow." I said, "Same to you, okay, period." Man, I didn't see that money the next day, and I ain't heard from her. And the thing is, it's kind of been in the back of my head, but not really, because, again, when you pray for something, know what you're praying for, because I asked, take away the people that don't belong here. And obviously she was one of those people. And the most craziest part of that message is, like I say, we was on the level to where I talked to her like I'm talking to you. And I even told her that I prayed for this, and everything still transpired. But that whole story may not make sense to you, but once I continue to post my videos and so forth, like I say, the pieces and the dots all come together, in a sense, why I'm trying to figure it out also. But it just shows to me that, in a sense, something don't add up. Whether A, we really wasn't friends, B, you just been trying to be in my life to fish for information to try to see what I'm gonna do next, or C, your spirit not like mine, and you can be taken over by someone else, controlled and manipulated by someone else, without or knowing what you are doing. Like, it just don't add up. And that's what I say, is like, when you start becoming aware and just start, I guess, reaching a certain level, like on Lucy, like, you just start seeing things for what they are. For real.